Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I don't really have a plan for this video at all. I have no idea what I'm going to say, how long it's going to be or anything. I just know that I wanted to sit down and film this. This is a really exciting video and oh my gosh, I have been waiting to film this video for 2.5 years. Right now I'm in Florida. Milo's behind me if you can hear him. It's currently Monday, July 15th. I am a US resident. Wow, I feel like I have so much to catch you up on. So for those of you who don't know, I was born in Australia. I lived in Australia and I moved over to the US at the start of 2017. I moved because I married my husband Gabriel and he's American, and so for the past 2.5 years, I've been waiting for my US residency whole journey process to be completed. Through that, we had so many problems and I've done 2 videos talking about it. Yeah, we've been through a lot. The main thing being that I haven't been able to travel in 2.5 years, and that's over. Oh my gosh, it honestly doesn't seem real. Yeah, so I wasn't able to travel just because of some problems that happened in our case with someone that we were working with at the beginning. We had an old attorney and then we got a new attorney who helped us fix all of the issues. Anyway, haven't been able to travel in 2.5 years, haven't been able to leave the country, haven't been able to go back home and visit my family, my grandparents, my friends, nothing. And if you guys already watch me and already know this story, you guys know how difficult it's been for me. You guys have been really sweet, praying for me and asking me for updates and stuff. So that's why this video is so exciting, because I know that so many of you guys have been just praying for us and wanting an update and just caring so much for us. Okay, yeah, so it's July 15th right now in Florida. By the time you're watching this, I would have flown back to LA, packed up my bag and flown to Australia and surprised my family. Basically, when you're applying to be a US resident, this is what happened for me anyway. You have to apply, do a bunch of paperwork, you have to submit a bunch of proof that your marriage is real, because a lot of people try and fake marriages to get into the country. So there's just a whole lot of paperwork, photos you have to put in, your bills, just showing that you live together, that you pay for stuff together, stuff like that. So that's huge. And then you're meant to apply for a work card, being able to travel. You get a social security number and everything like that. That we didn't get until the end of our case. That's because of mistakes that were made from our old attorney and him not really telling us what was meant to happen and stuff, but I'm not going to really go into that. And then you have something called biometrics, which I did last March, I think, or last April, and I went to Miami and I did my fingerprints and stuff. And then the stage after that is the interview, which is the last step, which is the step that we've been waiting on for a year and a half. And that is basically when you go into a room, speak to an officer, and they go through your case, they ask you questions, and they can approve you or deny you, or they can say oh, we need more time, we'll get back to you. That's kind of just the general quick story of it. Just wanted to explain that because I know sometimes when I talk about residency and waiting for an interview, people don't really understand what exactly I'm waiting for. So June 10th, Gabriel gets an email. We're just sitting on the couch and Gabe gets an email and it's notice of my interview. It was such a happy day. Found out that night that I had my interview and we had a month's notice. We got the notice on June 10th and then my interview was July 10th. So basically just the last month, we've just been preparing ourselves for the interview, going over different questions that they could ask. I put together a whole photo album of photos of us from 2016 all the way up to now, of things that we've done together, me meeting his family, him with my family, us traveling, different places we've gone together, us at Disneyland, us with our friends, just to show how real our relationship is. And then I put together 2 binders of just pages and pages of information about our life, and again just to show that our relationship is real. So one binder was all of the original stuff and then one was a photocopy of everything. So they looked the exact same. I just had a photocopied one just in case the officer in the interview had to take anything. Say if they had to take my birth certificate, I'm not going to give them my original. So yeah, things that I filed in my binder was our birth certificates, our driver's licenses, passports, our bills, things with both of our names on it. So it could be our phone bill or even our orthodontist we got, just to show that we both go to the same orthodontist, our gym records to show that we both go to the same gym, so many things, as much as I could think of, flights that we've taken together, the hotels that we've stayed at together. So that is basically it. The last month we have just been preparing and I was so stressed. You have to know, guys, my family have no idea. As of right now, July 15, my family have no idea that I had the interview, that I got notice of the interview, that I'm even approved. Like, they have no idea. Also wanted to mention, it's really cool, we've been filming since the day that we found out about the interview up up until like now, up until we go surprise my family. We're documenting the whole thing and Gabe is editing it all together. I'm so excited to watch it. So probably by the time this is up, the first video is also up. So go to our channel, Jess and Gabriel. We filmed everyone's reactions, like the people we told. We filmed us, like we cried a little bit finding out. It was just, it's gonna be so nice to have that and look back on that. Anyway, I didn't tell my family. We didn't tell Gabe's family. I didn't tell my best friend. Like none of my friends knew except like some friends in LA. We tried to keep it very small and very tight because we didn't want word to get out at all. And I also didn't want to tell a lot of people just in case something went wrong in the interview. We were pretty confident that it wasn't. Like our relationship is real, obviously, but you never know what's going to happen. So when we got notice of the interview on June 10th, we were just so confident that this was God's perfect timing for everything. Going through this whole process of not knowing when anything is going to happen, when I'm able to travel, when our interview is going to be, it's been so hard, and we just really needed to put our full trust in God that his timing was going to be perfect. And I just really hoped that when it all played out that I would get it and I'd be like, oh, this is perfect timing. So when I got notice, I was super confident that this is exactly how it was meant to go and this would just be the perfect timing. And there's a few like little reasons why, but then it all kind of just added up and I was like, this is perfect. Like this has to be the time. One thing was that we were already going to be in Florida at this time. 3 days before the interview, we were going to be in Orlando for Gabe's best friend's wedding. That was just one thing, like, oh my goodness, we're already gonna have a flight to Florida, and then it just happens to be 3 days after the wedding that we're going to. The second thing was that since we were gonna be here already, we could just fly Milo with us to Florida, which we would have done anyway, but we could just leave him here with Gabe's family because we didn't want to fly Milo to Australia. That's 14 hours. And we also want to travel around Australia and it just wouldn't be fair on him. So we knew all along that whenever we could travel, we wanted to bring him here so he could stay with family, and also he loves it here. So another thing is the timeline of when we would be able to travel to Australia. We knew that roughly if you get approved like on the same day as your interview, it takes about a week to get your green card, like on average. And so that's where we are right now. So I had my interview last week and now we are waiting for the green card. It should come in a couple days and then we're going to fly back to LA, have a couple days in LA and then fly to Australia. Oh my gosh, I'm like such a little kid talking about it right now. It's all I talk about, by the way, with Gabe. Like I don't shut up about it. So yeah, with that timing, we knew that it would be about a week. So it'd be sometime this week and then we could go back to LA, pack everything up and then fly to Australia. That timing works out perfectly for two different reasons. Just depending on when we get the green card is basically deciding which option we're going to go with. The option one is to fly out this Sunday, the 21st, which is so soon because then I would land on my birthday and that would just be so special. And then option two, which is the original one that I was thinking, my dad turns 50 this year. Happy birthday to my dad. And so months ago, my mum surprised a little getaway to an island called Vanuatu, which is near Australia, and so they're going to be away for 3 days and they get back July 28th. That for us was perfect timing. We were like, oh my goodness, we can fly in and then surprise them when they get back from their trip. That was one thing, like this totally makes sense of like the timing wise of just the perfect time to go and surprise my family. It's not just like a random day. It's like it was just my birthday, it was just dad's birthday and they're coming back from a trip. So yeah, that makes me really excited. Me right now filming this, I don't know when the green card's going to come and when the date is that we're flying out, but we will find out in the next couple days, which is just so exciting. I'm just so happy, genuinely so happy. It's hard to explain. It's really been a hard 2.5 years. I don't know, it's been a real test of faith and a real test on our marriage. We literally just got married and started this whole journey together. There are a lot of highs, but there were a lot of lows, and so it really tested us and taught us so much in our marriage. It was funny when we were driving back from our interview going like, oh my goodness, we can go to Australia, we can go somewhere for your birthday, we can go somewhere to celebrate our anniversary, we can have Christmas in Australia. Like we just started talking about all the things that we've been kind of waiting to do ever since we got married, and it was just so exciting. And we both kind of were like, this feels like we just got married. I don't know, we just feel a lot more free, and for me especially, it was this feeling of kind of being trapped. The US is awesome and traveling within the US is awesome, but it's this feeling of like I I literally can't go back to my home. But yeah, so we had the interview last Wednesday. So today's Monday, so we had it last Wednesday and we got approved. It was such a happy day. So right now, not that many people know. Basically, I did tell my sister because, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have been able to keep it from her. Like, keeping it from my mum and my dad and my little brother is so hard. Over the past 2.5 years, like, I've gone to her for like everything. Sarah, if you're watching this, sorry that I messaged you like every time I was sad. I knew that like she could help us with surprising mum and dad and Toby, and like she'll probably pick us up from the airport. So told her, told Gabe's family, told my management. I just told Ebony today, my friend Ebony Day. She lives in England, and so we had a little FaceTime. Told my best friend Jess. I don't know, I think that's it. Like, we really haven't told that many people because now it's like game time. Like, we're about to surprise them. We don't want anything to go wrong, so we're just really trying not to tell that many people. I'd be so nervous that like one person would tell someone else because, oh, it's okay, they won't tell, and then this person will tell someone else, it's okay, they won't tell, and it just like goes down this lane, and then just like somehow it gets back to my family. I can't even tell you the like peace that I feel inside. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I did want to tell this story in this video because I only told Jess, my best friend. We haven't filmed it or anything, but I really wanted to put it out there somewhere because I think it's really cool. So the night before the interview, last Tuesday night, I was just like, okay, I need like a self-care night because I was very stressed about this interview. My life in this country, my ability to travel is like in the hands of that officer, and so I was just stressed. I was like having migraines over the last month. Anyway, so it was Tuesday night, the night before the interview, and we got home and I was like, babe, I'm just gonna have time to myself right now. I'm gonna put on a face mask and like pray and stuff. Took off all my makeup, put on a sheet mask, and I just sat on the bed and I had some instrumental music playing just to kind of like get me in the relaxed vibe, and then I just started praying. And so I was praying for probably about 20 minutes. But in that prayer, like, I would talk, but then I also just wanted to stay silent. I wanted to stay silent because I wanted to see if God would speak to me or anything like that, and that's something that I haven't really experienced. You know, if you're a Christian, it might happen to you, or you might know people that are like, God told me this, or, you know, I was praying and God said this, and that's never happened to me. So anyway, I just closed my eyes and I was praying, and then I'd be silent, and I didn't really feel like he was talking to me. I didn't really feel anything like come to me. I don't really know what that feels like just because it's never happened to me before. And then all of a sudden, with my eyes closed, I saw Psalm 37 pop up. When I had my eyes closed, I could see Psalm 37, and I was like, okay, this is really random. Like, I don't know, off the top of my head, I don't know what Psalm 37 is. That was like the only thing that I experienced, was like I saw so clearly Psalm 37. So I finished praying and I went straight to my Bible and I opened up, I'll get it. Okay, so I went straight to Psalm 37, and while I was flipping, I was like, maybe that was just me in my own head, like nothing, this is gonna be nothing. But sorry, I just moved the camera. But I flipped to Psalm 37, and this is like the first highlighted thing that I saw. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. It says, take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. And I felt like I could have cried when I saw that. It gave me so much peace. So I kept reading all of Psalm 37, but that was like the main thing. I was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's where I'm up to right now. I'm so excited for you guys to see this series and just to follow the journey with us. It was really cool kind of documenting the whole thing. So that is all for now. I'm going to go have fun in Australia. And thank you so much for all of the support that you've given us through this journey and all of the prayers. We just appreciate it so much and we love you so much. So yeah, thank you, and I will see you in my next video. All right, love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.